expect with summer.
Welcome to TM3 Impact. My name is Tomas Martinez. You are in the TM3 studios. Brand new, just built. Man, we have a guest today. I'm super pumped. I have Luxury Home Magazine's digital content creator.
What's going on?
My man, Gabe, is in the building.
Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to do this. I've been getting jealous of all your other guests on here, so it's my turn now.
It's Gabe's turn, darn it. That's awesome. Well, listen, we're super pumped to have you at Luxury Home Magazine. This podcast is brought to you by Luxury Home Magazine and the amazing people at TM3 Impact as well, Tomas and Gabe.
Hey.
Well, listen, let's just jump right in. Gabe, why don't you tell us, I'm curious, why don't you tell us about the story of how you got to Luxury Home Magazine?
Wow.
How did that happen?
Okay, well, let's see. I'll try to give you what Gon's called the Cliff Note version.
I like it. Well, yeah, I told him the Cliff Note version.
Right? So I actually knew David, who, for everybody that doesn't know, works here at Luxury Home Magazine as well.
That's right, our number one hipster.
Exactly, right? He's going to hate you when he
I
does
know.
this. So I've known David for a while, and he saw all my videos that I was making on Instagram and on YouTube and stuff like that. I used to make rap music videos and just music in general, music videos all over the place. And so he really liked what I was doing, and he thought maybe that this would be a good way for me to jump into this company and start doing stuff, what I've used to been doing, and then integrate it to what we're doing now. So
yeah, and I gotta interrupt you a little bit. So here's the thing. Dave said, hey, you got to check out this guy's videos. Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I've seen a lot of videographers, and I've seen a lot of videos. He's like, but you got to check out this one video he did. So he showed me the rap video. Mm-hmm. What's the rapper's name?
His name is GXX.
GXX.
Yeah,
so representing San Marcos.
Yeah.
So he's about to blow up.
He is.
Yeah. So this video that Gabe did, this is the thing, is that there's a difference, and I'm gonna gas Gabe up a little bit here. So he's all excited about it. I see the smirk on his face. But you have like people who shoot video, and then you have there's the next layer is that people that can shoot video and then they can edit. And then you have that next level, which there are people like Gabe that can actually tell a story. And telling a story with video is very different than just shooting video.
Absolutely.
So I got to give him props on that. So keep going. So you know.
Yeah. So David saw my videos. He's a big fan. He thought maybe I'd be a good asset to the Luxury Home Magazine company just based on my style, my creativity, all that kind of stuff. And so, pretty much like Tomas said, he saw those videos, wanted to check them out, and then had a couple interviews, and you're pretty impressed, I guess, and kind of had me on the team. But it's been a huge blessing and a pleasure kind of being able to switch from what I was used to, the whole, music genre of video and all that kind of stuff, to more of an elegant type, video style, I guess, but being able to put my own creativity to it and kind of mix it up and bring something new to this market that they haven't seen before. So hopefully it starts a new wave, and we become the frontiers of this type of advertising.
Yeah. The last video, tell us about the cover video that we just did for Burdick Custom Homes.
Okay, so like I said before, I have my own kind of creative style, as you know, and I just wanted to integrate that with this how much was the house? $1 million, some $4 million, I think, or something like that.
The Burdick house, like 1 point something. I'm not quite sure.
I'm guessing that up then, I guess.
Yeah, that's all right.
So I wanted to take that elegant looking house and kind of give it a cool twist. And so we did some super sweet aerial footage where we did some cool speed up shots and transitioning and whooshing into other things and kind of just giving a modern look to I don't know if everybody's seen like travel videos or other stuff like that. Those are really big nowadays. So I'm taking that kind of twist and adding it to this this real estate thing, and I mean, they loved it. It's on our Facebook page now. It's on our banner video. So if y'all want to come check it out, go ahead. But it's cool. You can kind of get an idea of what I do and how I stylize my stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. So take us back. We got to know how in the world did you get into video? Because you've been doing this a long time.
I have, yeah.
You it didn't just like, oh, I want to do video in college and shoot rap videos.
Right.
You've been doing it before, even in high school.
Yeah. So it was actually before high school.
Okay.
I believe I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And I was begging my mom for a little Sony Handycam. I knew the one I wanted.
Okay.
Old school little tape. You throw it in there.
Yeah.
You record it. Oh, if you messed up, you rewind. You tape over it. I mean, it's the whole old school style.
Okay.
So I took one of those, and I used to go out with my friends, and we shoot. Like stunts. Like we go out and we'd roll down a hill, or we'd hurt ourselves. Just middle school boy stuff. We thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Skits, all that kind of stuff. And then I would show my parents, and they thought it was hysterical, and they were that was kind of like the starting point of my video, craze.
Got it.
And then from there, I went to high school, and I kind of dropped it. 8th grade, I think I kind of stopped making the videos, and then high school came, and at my high school, we had this video announcements.
Okay.
And
yeah.
so I was used to hearing just the Star Spangled or the national anthem, everything on the intercom. But then now I started seeing these kids out there going out to the football fields or the courtyards, or going out and doing stuff, and they were filming things, and they were kind of taking the announcements to a new level. And I was like, man, this is nostalgic. Like, this is cool. Like, I would love to be a part of this. But I didn't really do it until my junior year.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? I watch this every day, and I don't know why I haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
So I joined, and I was absolutely in love with it. I mean, we did the green screen work, the newscast. I learned how to edit. We did all the programs that I use now. I used in middle high school, so I got a jump start on that. And then that kind of just got my interest sparked for my college career, which I went into school for electronic media and communications, and then I got a minor in business. So I pretty much just learned kind of what I had already kind of got a grasp on before, and took it to the next level and learned how to tie it in with business and all that kind of stuff, and help companies grow based on marketing and advertising with videos. So it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Best project. Excluding Luxury Home Magazine, right? Excluding Mindset Mondays. And for those of you who don't know, Gabe is the brains behind all of the Mindset Mondays that you're seeing. And shout out to Gabe on that, because listen, if I was doing the videos, it would be really sad. So I'm glad Gabe is doing them and not me.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I'm humbled that you like my work.
Yeah, I love it. That's why I hired you.
Good idea.
But aside from all of that, what would you say is probably the work that you are like, man, this defines, like, this is why I do video. What video was that for you?
Goodness. I'm gonna have to go ahead and gas up my boy GXX again.
Yeah.
The rapper. So I've shot 2 videos for that guy.
Yeah.
The first video, to be honest, I didn't know really at all what I was doing.
Wow.
I took the camera out. I just started shooting stuff. I watched other videos, other people, what they were doing, and I tried to imitate what they were doing and all that kind of stuff. So that one was really awesome. It kind of opened my eyes how to do stuff. But I would say the second video that I shot for him, that one was probably my favorite one. It's got the most diverse shots, crazier edits. I took a lot of time into doing that one, and I think it really shows my style and how far I'll go within an editing, a video like that. So I'd say my second video by GXX, it's called Might Flex.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Beware if you do check it out. Explicit content. I'm not promoting this
on the video. I just need you to put parent advisory.
Exactly. Yeah. So
just
anyway.
one big sticker on the video.
Yeah.
Just
don't listen
advisory.
to the lyrics. Go ahead and just watch the creativity, the visuals. That's on me. So
right. So for those of you that if you don't like curse words in your music, just hit mute. Yeah.
Exactly,
just watch the video.
Yeah, just watch the video.
Yeah. But that's cool, man. I mean that video, when I saw it, again, that's where I said in the beginning, there are you have people who can just video, and then you have people who can video and kind of they can edit, but then you have storytellers, and a storyteller is a much different. And I learned that from Rick, Rick Garza.
I remember him telling us
at
about it,
Bright and
yeah.
Early. He's
Exactly.
like, listen, you have a storyteller. You don't just have a videographer, and there's a big difference, and I see it. So now we get into some of the questions that I like to ask my guests on TM3 Impact. And you've heard them, so this is not fair. So guess what,
Well,
buddy?
I haven't prepared, so don't
Well,
worry.
no,
about
don't worry. I'm giving you're going to get a real hard one. Ooh, yes. I love this one. Oh, by the way, so this comes from Tools of Titans, Tim Ferriss. There's a book Tim Ferriss has.
I do like Tim Ferriss.
And he actually sent these questions to, I think it was 150 people or something like that, and then they answered them in the book. It's really cool because some of the things that are in here are really, really interesting. So here's the question. What is an unusual habit or absurd thing that you love? Keep
Absurd.
it PG.
Absurd habit.
Yeah, an unusual habit
Okay.
that we don't know about, Gabe.
God, you stumped me on that one because I don't really know. How about we do this? I'll come back to that question because I
You
gotta
gotta think about it some more?
because I really don't
All right.
know.
All right, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. What if I said, let's try this one. Oh, yes. Tell me about a time when you've got bad advice. Where you've gotten maybe some professional advice or some advice that you later on were like, oh my gosh, that was the worst advice ever. And you're young in your career, so this may be tough too.
yeah.
But maybe it could be one of your high school buddies that just told you something stupid.
You're really bringing the heat on me today.
Hey, listen, I'm glad there's video on this because he's turning red. I love it.
Gosh, I've got it. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this is going to be advice.
Okay.
But it was like a thing I was told to do, and I kind of continue to do it. So it might be a habit as well. But
Okay.
Anyway, in high school, God, there was this guy. His name was Nate, and he used to always tell me like, "Hey, man, like once football practice is over, a lot of the kids they don't really worry about cleaning up and showering. They just go home and they shower at the house and stuff. So there's not a bunch of people here. And the coaches leave and all that stuff. So the locker room's kind of is ours.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. He's like, you know what? You want to know a thing I do when everybody leaves? And I was like, what's that? He's like, I take baths. I was like, well, how do you take
at high school?
At high school. I said, how do you take baths? He goes, those big blue towel bins that we have that the coaches wheel in. I mean, they were probably 3 feet deep. And
Okay, yep.
They're just big blue carts.
Yep.
He goes, man, I take those. I throw all the towels out. I bring it into the shower, and I let that thing fill up.
Oh,
and I take bubble baths. So I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm immature. I don't know. So I took it upon, I was like, I'm going to try this bath thing out, right?
Yeah.
So I go in there, I fill this thing up, I'm hanging out, I jump in this deal, I'm taking a bath.
Oh,
and of course, one of my coaches walks in.
Wow.
The defensive coordinator, who happened to be, the strictest, most, out there coach, comes in, and I remember distinctly. I mean, I think his face that he gave me it still haunts me till today.
Yeah.
It was like this just scowl, and he was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I jumped. I don't think I've ever moved as fast in my life. I jumped out of that thing. I dumped it out and ran out. I mean, so I would say that advice of being able to take a bath or messing around after practice. Yeah, no,
It's
don't
bad
do
advice.
That. Yeah, just go home. Just go home.
So let's just make sure we understand. How many times did this happen?
I probably took a bath 3 times until I got caught. And yet they were nice baths. They were very spacious.
I bet it's like a spa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was
that's
funny.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Thank you.
Does Abby know this story?
I don't know. So we're gonna
She
have to
does now.
She can't hear this podcast. She can't hear it.
That's hysterical.
No, it's funny. Yeah.
I was thinking that's a funny story. I don't even think David knows that story.
No, he doesn't need to know that either.
Yeah, well, he's gonna know it now. He'll definitely know it now.
Yeah.
All right. So, have you thought about an unusual habit or absurd thing that you love? Something? Have you thought about that one?
Well, I don't know. I do. So for me, I guess it's not unusual, but I guess to Abby, my significant other, she thinks the
Hey,
fact.
shit, wait, time out. She's not just a significant other. I seen The Rock, brother.
Yeah, she's my fiance
Listen,
now.
yes,
Yeah.
listen. Wait, just ask Abby to lead with the left because that's a big rock that she's got on her finger.
Don't gas her up that much. So she doesn't understand. For me, I don't watch TV anymore.
Okay.
I know you know that.
Yep.
You'll ask me if I watched the game last night.
Yep.
I want to, but I forget about it because I don't have TV and I don't
Yeah.
even think about that kind of stuff anymore. For me, I live off of YouTube.
Ah.
Like I love YouTube.
Okay.
And I guess a habit of mine is I get home and I'll put my PJs on and I'll literally just start just YouTube browsing and just clicking every
Wow.
possibility. And a funny
Yeah.
story, she actually caught me one day. She came in home.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this YouTube video, and it was a video with these guys who they have one of those atmospheric balloons. They send it up in the air.
Okay.
And they basically test temperatures. Or they go and do all that kind of stuff, weather balloons,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And they have a channel where they literally have created this mechanism. Camera is like set on there, and it's like a little crate. And they bring this balloon up in the air, but they send things to space or to the atmosphere, the edge of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then they send it pops and it sends back down, and they kind of see what the atmosphere does to
that
the
object.
And so she came in, and I was watching a video where they sent a piece of garlic bread to outer space.
Okay.
And of course, not seeing the beginning of the video and understand what they're doing, all she comes in and sees is this video of this piece of garlic bread
Just floating
in space. And so she's like,
That's
what are you
funny.
watching? I don't understand why you watch these YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't just walk in here and expect
Yeah.
to know what's going on. Anyway, it was crazy. They sent it up and it was like hot and fresh.
Yeah.
They brought it back down and it snapped in half. It was like that.
It's frozen.
Frozen.
Oh, wow.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
And I caught her watching it too. So I was like, look, you can't give me too much trouble
Right.
for this. But anyway, I guess it's a weird thing I do. I just watch the YouTube instead of TV
videos.
now.
There you go.
So, but
Yeah, that's
it's the
unusual.
norm. I feel like it's the norm now.
Yeah.
Millennials and kids my age and stuff. They grew up with TV still, but now like everything is so fast and instant.
Yeah.
People are just pushing out content constantly, so it's
Yeah.
even quicker and more instant than TV, and you can watch stuff whenever you want to. So
Yeah.
that's why YouTube works for me.
Yeah,
So.
that's unusual. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, last question, and then you get to ask me a question.
Okay.
And I know you didn't prepare for that, so I figure you'll come up with something. So think about the last purchase that you've made under $100 that has like revolutionized your life. Like something that you purchased, and if it's a little over 100, we'll let that slide. But think of something that you've purchased that you're like, I can't live without this. This is amazing.
I'm going to gas you up now because you were the one that put me on this.
Okay.
But I recently bought that little car mount for my phone,
Oh, yes.
the little holder.
Yes.
So I admit I was awful at holding my phone and not necessarily texting, but like scrolling through music and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff while driving. And I've heard too many horror stories about all that kind of stuff.
Just a personal advisory. Stop playing with your phone.
Yes, please.
And put it on a little clip.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's so not worth it. So I remember going in the car with you all the time and
Yeah.
seeing your little phone clip thing and how easy. I think you've got it down to a T now.
Yeah.
You just pop that thing in there and you've got
Yeah.
it going. And I saw it. I was like, this thing is super cool. And I know
Yeah.
it'll probably save my life in the long run.
Yes.
So I bought one of those and it was like, I think I bought it off Prime Now
Yeah.
because I was so, excited to get one.
Yeah.
So I got it like that day.
Isn't that funny?
I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Shout out to Prime Now.
Yeah.
Love Prime Now.
I ordered it here at the office.
Okay.
And I remember when I got it in the front, I went out to my car and I snapped it on real quick.
Yeah.
And I came back in. But, I guess that thing, I can't live with that. And now, I would do, who knows if I would be living right now if I didn't have it. So that thing
works.
Shout out to the little phone clips and make sure
Yeah.
if you do get one of those,
Yeah.
the advice he gave me was get the one with the CD player that connects to the CD player.
Yes.
Because that one's got such a stronger, hold.
Yes.
My girlfriend's got fiance. I need to get used to
Yeah.
that. She has the one that goes in the air vent.
Ah,
And
yeah.
that thing, and it stinks. It
Yeah.
doesn't hold for, save its life. So.
And just for full disclosure, it blocks the air vent, and we're in Texas.
Yeah.
And if you've seen, we need to make sure we put the
100
little,
degrees in May.
Yeah, you need to put that little the image that's going around on Facebook where it shows the sun, it shows like Mercury, and then it shows Earth, and then like right behind Mercury is Texas. This is the best picture going around the internet.
It's hot.
Because it's hot right now. I think right now outside, it's probably 102
It's ridiculous.
in San Antonio,
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah,
So that's
May.
pretty amazing.
June.
All right. So here's go. My man, you get to ask me a question now. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Don't worry. I mean, I am your boss, but you can ask me a good question.
Okay. You're right. I didn't prepare for this. Okay, so I know a little bit about your past, but I don't think I've ever asked you what, growing up and all that kind of stuff, what really impacted you as a person to go into this role of, first becoming a teacher and then taking on this role of where you essentially help others grow and give them this advice and teach them and all that stuff. I mean, what drove you from the beginning to do that? Because there's not a lot of people that do that, or they don't see the benefit of it because they're like, well, why am I going to waste my time to help other people out when I could be spending my time trying to benefit myself?
Right.
So what kind of drove you to do that from the beginning?
Good question. I never thought I would be a teacher. So I think a lot of people, they go to college and they go into education and they knew they were going to be teachers. I went into college and I really didn't know what degree I was going to have. In fact, I went to school for 2.5 years and hadn't really declared a major. My dad walked in and he was like, what's your major? And I said, I don't know, biology, I think. And he goes, when's the last biology class did you taken? I said, it was 2 years ago. He said, well, then your major's not biology. And he grabbed, we just so happened to have the book where it tells you all the different degrees and what classes you need to take. And he said, look, you're going to pick your degree and you're going to pick it right now because you can't live here forever. You're going to have to graduate at some point.
Of course.
And so we went through it. And I remember seeing this. It told you the job with the degree. Well, one of the jobs, it said principal of a school. And I'm like, that's what I want to be. I want to be a principal of a school. That'd be cool. And so I picked that major. Now, a year later, they told me I had to teach. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. I want to go straight to principal.
That's what I went to school for.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I figured out I had to be a teacher. I got my teaching degree. I think something happened. Once I graduated, I realized that I wasn't a big reader. And I wasn't a big reader at all. I think our video just stopped.
This one did.
Yeah, this one did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Just start it back over again. It's all good.
The temperature is too hot.
Oh, you're kidding?
No.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think it just gets cranking right now.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
I
Will it
guess
turn
our
on?
viewers just get to look at my pretty face.
Does
while
it?
you're
It
talking.
won't even turn on. See if it'll turn back on. That's crazy. Is it turning back on? Because I know we have a timer on them.
We're good.
All right, so
We're back in
we could
business.
edit that back out. I bet this one's about to die too,
Yeah,
because
we'll
we might
see.
be close to 30 minutes. But okay, so this idea of becoming a teacher, I graduate, but I never really read books at all. Growing up, I didn't read a lot of books, and so when I graduated, I remember distinctly going to a bookstore, and I remember going into the book section, the business section. I don't know why I always gravitated to the business section, and I saw a book by John Maxwell. It was a 21 irrefutable. It was a 21 indispensable qualities of a leader, black and green. And I remember getting that book, and I just devoured it, and I read it, and I remember sitting there thinking I want to be a leader. And then the more I studied this idea of leadership, the idea is we think of leadership in a triangle in the sense that the leader just sits up on top and the leader he gets to relish in all the glory and everybody just does everything for the leader. Well, I started realizing that, leadership is really, it's an upside down. It's the leader has to be at the bottom of that pyramid, serving and helping everybody in the organization grow. And that's servant leadership. That is the true essence of it's
You're the roots. You are helping. That's I mean, you're down here.
You're at the
giving
bottom.
Her the soil. You're growing.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. And so I realized that at a very young age that's what that's what I was good at. I knew I was good at it. I knew that I could help other people and inspire and teach. And I was doing it for kids, at teaching. And then as I went on through school, I got my master's degree. I did it, and I thought I was going to be a principal. And as time went on, I started realizing more and more that I had this opportunity. I think that camera just went out.
That was this one again.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
I realized as time went on that I started reading more and more books. I started reading more and more, and I started this idea of personal growth. Mm-hmm. And the thing is I always tell people it's like having a glass of water, right? If you have a glass of water, and just imagine that is you have is it full, right? Mm-hmm. And you fill that cup up with personal growth, leadership, quotes, inspiration, powerful stories. All of that gets put into the cup. Well, when it's filled up, you're actually able to pour it out and give it to other people. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that for a lot of, for me, for sometimes, is I would go through these cycles where my cup would completely go empty. I'd stop filling it up. I'd stop reading. I'd stop learning. I'd stop seeking. And then my cup would go low. And then I wasn't able to really pour into people.
I like that. That's
and cool. So I realized that, look, if you want to give, you got to grow. Because when you can grow and you can start feeding and you can read and you can bring things into your life, you're able to pour it out onto other people. And so it's a cycle. It's just a way to help people. And really, when I help myself, it naturally turns around to help other people. Via mentorship, via coaching, employees, where we don't just talk about work. A lot of times, like Gabe, we'll have conversations about whether it be personal finances or just life in general, because I've been where Gabe has been. I've been at working when I was, how old are you, Gabe?
23.
23. I remember those days, a long time ago. So it's a long answer, but I think
it answered my question. Yeah, that was awesome though.
Yeah, I think for me, I love being able to, use all of the mentors and people in my life. I love being able to take all those stories, all those ideas, and to be able to turn around and use them to help somebody else.
Well, that's cool. There's not a lot of people that do that.
So that's kind of it. So, all right, my man. Well, listen, you made it through TM3 Impact.
Gauntlet.
Yeah, you went through it.
Yeah.
And well, listen, this studio, Gabe and I are excited because you're going to get to see the green screen coming up. We're going to have our first green screen project coming out, which we're super pumped about. Yeah. If you need a podcast studio, you need to reach out to us. Yep. You need to reach out to Gabe or myself. You can reach me on my cell phone. It's very easy, 210-573-9568.
And I'll make sure to put this is going to be a video as well as the podcast. So wherever you're going to listen to or you're going to watch it or whatever you're going to do, there will be a link to our emails or all that kind of stuff. So it'll make it easier for you guys.
Yeah, and just know that we can, if you're looking for a studio or a place to do that, we actually have the ability to do up to 4 mics, which is pretty cool.
Bring a party.
That's right. That's right. So again, my name is Tomas Martinez. Gabe, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. TM3 Impact. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned to more amazing content by TM3 Impact.
All right.
Take care.
Peace.